evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the Old Town Police Department arrested 4 people in connection with alleged drug trafficking.
According to a post on their Facebook page, Old Town Police say on Monday an officer stopped a Ford F-150 on Main Street in Old Town at approximately 2:36 p.m. 2 of the 4 occupants inside that vehicle had conditions that required them to submit to a search for drugs. They say officers discovered 62 grams of crack cocaine, 20 grams of fentanyl, drug paraphernalia, and just over $1,000 in suspected drug proceeds. 21-year-old Mariah Crowley of Old Town was charged with 2 counts of unlawful trafficking and scheduled drugs and violation of conditions of release. 27-year-old James Burns of Norway was charged with 2 counts of unlawful trafficking and scheduled drugs and 3 counts of violations of conditions of release. Now not pictured, 25-year-old Tanisha Bollier of Anson charged with violation of conditions of release, and 31-year-old James Gordon, also of Anson, charged with unlawful possession of scheduled drugs.
Well, fireworks can be fun and enjoyable during the 4th of July holiday, but when it comes to pets, they can be traumatizing and stressful. As our Sierra Jordan reports, a local animal shelter says they've received an influx of pet owners searching for their furry friends.
According to the ASPCA, about 1 in 5 pets go missing during this time of year. As for the Bangor Humane Society, the director says they received a 50% increase of missing cats and dogs this past weekend.
It's those fireworks, it's the loud bangs and booms, and it causes animals to want to run for cover the same as they would with thunder.
This scare dog has no name, no address. The only thing that is certain is that he's lost, like so many others here at the Bangor Humane Society.
We saw 12 cats and 7 dogs, and that is a huge jump from the weekend before where we only saw 6 or so cats and a couple of dogs.
Ravenscraft says the 4th of July is the most common day for pets to run away. Luckily, nearly all missing pets from over the weekend were able to reunite with their owners.
It startles you. You get that jump reflex, and a lot of animals have the fight or flight reflex. So if they start running, they get disoriented and they don't know how to find their way home because they're running blindly.
As for Cassie Teenan, this year marks the first time she has ever lost one of her pets.
There was a couple times where I felt like I couldn't even look anymore because I was afraid I was going to find him dead.
After searching for nearly 2 days, Teenan says she used the Facebook page Maine Lost Dog Recovery to help find her 15-week-old puppy Walter, who went missing on the camping trip during the 4th of July weekend.
First thing I said to him was, "I got you, baby, I got you." Like I was holding on to him as tight as I could, you know, but I just said, "I love you and I've got you and you're okay."
Tennant says she will be immediately getting both of her dogs microchipped following the disappearance of Walter.
I never thought that was going to happen, so he's getting a microchip today. We have an appointment. Toby's going on Monday.
In Edenton, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And the ASPCA recommends all pet owners to get their pets name tagged or microchipped or both to make it easier to locate them if they go missing.
Well, switching gears now, in a developing story, Sanford police say a family they've been searching for more than a week was spotted again. Mal Meyer has the story.
Police are trying to find Jill Sidebotham, 2-year-old Lydia Hansen, and Nicholas Hansen. The group was last known to be headed to the Phillips area for camping, which is about 2.5 hours north of Sanford. They were due back in southern Maine last Thursday, but police say family members grew worried after not hearing from them, which is how law enforcement got involved. After a few days without any confirmed sightings, the group was last seen on surveillance video at an undisclosed Walmart. At this point, it's not considered necessarily suspicious, it's just unusual.
It's unusual, and it's just, concerning for the family, and if they're concerned, then we want to pay attention to that.
Also adding to this, that a child is involved. But at this point, authorities still have no reason to believe foul play is involved or that this is a criminal matter. There's a lot of unknowns, including if the group is intentionally or unintentionally avoiding contact. The family was last seen driving a silver 2005 VW Jetta with a Maine registration plate 1563VJ. It has a black rear bumper. Police say if you can snap a photo or video of a potential sighting, that could help with their investigation.
a sighting is great, but until we can actually validate that it is them or it is that vehicle, that's where we can have another jump-off point to maybe check, more detailed area and maybe in those areas.
That was Mal Meyer reporting. Meanwhile, the WIC program partnered with the Maine CDC to host its first COVID-19 vaccination clinic for young children today. Recent state data shows that just under 3.3% of kids under the age of 5 have received their first dose. The clinic stressed the importance of getting children vaccinated to avoid potential long-term health issues. They say even if a child were to get sick and seem fine, it could cause them respiratory problems down the road.
Parents have lived with a lot of uncertainty and a lot of worry, and to know that their kids have this protection has just, like I said, a big sigh of relief.
The WIC program is for families that have low income levels, but program director Anna Bullitt made it very clear that the clinic is open to the public and not exclusive to WIC families. That clinic will be available again on July 28th.
Well, the Maine Warden Service is asking boaters to take 5 minutes out of their day to help preserve Maine's precious waters. A national campaign called Clean, Drain, Dry promotes clearing any leftover plant life that could spread invasive species among bodies of water. Now, pathogens that can't be seen with the naked eye could potentially harm food sources for native species. And Lieutenant Jason Luce advises boaters to drain the water, check their gear, and dry their boats after they leave the water.
It makes the water basically unusable, and thousands of dollars are spent every year to remove it. Lake associations, Department of Environmental Protection, they work hard to remove milfoil.
Well, anyone interested in learning more about the effects of invasive species on our waters can visit maine.gov/IFW.
The Bangor International Airport can expect some big changes ahead thanks to a $14 million expansion grant. Our A.J. Douglas talked to airport stakeholders to learn what this means for passengers and employees.
Senator Susan Collins announced a $14.2 million grant would be awarded to the Bangor International Airport to improve the existing infrastructure. Grant funds will be dispersed in phases over a 4-year period. Airport Marketing and Business Development Manager Amy Thibodeau talked about how grant funds will help renovate aging areas of the facility.
So you're going to see a little bit of an expansion in the TSA checkpoint area, which is going to allow us to get passengers through there in a little bit better manner during some of our high traffic times.
Other improvements include adding a jet bridge, upgrading the HVAC system, and connecting 2 terminal buildings. The multi-million-dollar project will allow for more employment opportunities during the construction period.
Obviously, the work will allow us to employ some people while that is being done. So portions of the project will go out for bid over the next several years as sort of the construction is phased in. It will be done in phases.
Senator Collins released a statement on the project saying, quote, Bangor International Airport is an economic powerhouse that serves as a key gateway for visitors to Maine and connects the Bangor region to the world. The upgrades and expansions that this investment will support will enhance passengers' overall experience and allow the airport to grow in its operations. End quote. Thibodeau says airport improvements will support Eastern Maine's tourism industry in the future.
And we're a seasonal airport, so in the winter, everybody's trying to get someplace warm. And during the summer months, we've got out-of-staters that want to come and visit Maine and see all that we have to offer. So it's really going to allow us to provide those passengers that we're already starting to see with the best experience possible.
There's no start date for construction at this time, but contractor bids are expected to go out soon. In Bangor, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
And if you were landing or taking off today, you had some pretty nice weather to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. Any kind of outdoor travel or just outdoor activity, it was a beautiful day out in our area.
Right. Well, here's hoping there's more of that on the way.
Yes.
And with a little bit more on whether that is the case or not, we'll take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth, and happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Your first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. So another breezy one out there. Today, we have a 13-mile-an-hour wind here in Bangor, 14 miles an hour in Bar Harbor, mostly blowing out of the south out there, but a good amount of sunshine, just a few passing clouds, especially in the northern part of the state because of our next low-pressure system that is right here in Canada. That doesn't look like much right now, but it will continue to push east, and it will bring some showers and thunderstorms by tonight and then into tomorrow. But temperatures the rest of the week looking really nice into the upper 70s to 80s by next week. I'll have your full forecast coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, we'll be waiting for it. And in the meantime, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, conservationists celebrate the dismissal of some Trump-era rules designed to weaken endangered species protections. We'll give you the details.
And Maine Central Institute's summer STEM camp celebrates Aviation Week at the Pittsfield Airport. We'll have those stories and more after this.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I've fought to get my clients. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. Due to phenomenal demand, the Backstreet Boys are back. The record-breaking DNA World Tour continues. Brian, Kevin, Howie, Nick, and AJ. Backstreet Boys. Maine Savings Amphitheater, July 21st. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com. For more, check backstreetboys.com.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
After Money in the Bank, find out which champions will have a target on their back. It's an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Your son is sick. I can help you. Wipe everything clean.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
Hi, I'm Joe Cortez. Happy Friday. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll have the latest out of the local area. Plus, Devin Biggs will let us know how the weekend looks like. Spoiler alert, it looks pretty nice. And Mr. Food will have a new dish that we will want to spruce up for the weekend. This and more local news coming up. We'll see you soon.
Well, many conservationists are celebrating the news that a federal judge has dismissed Trump-era rules designed to weaken endangered species protections. Our Dylan Holloway caught up with local stakeholders and has more.
On Tuesday, a federal judge threw out a number of rules enacted by the Trump administration that had been implemented to roll back protections for endangered or threatened species. The judge's decision restores a range of protections that fall under the Endangered Species Act.
The Endangered Species Act was passed in 1973, and it has been one of the most successful environmental laws in the country. Of all the species that have been listed over the years since then, 99% are still with us.
Maine Audubon Director of Conservation Sally Stockwell says the Trump-era rules would have undermined the success of that and similar programs.
Anytime we protect the species that's targeted, we're also protecting their habitat, the whole ecosystem that they are a part of, and oftentimes people benefit from that as well.
Stockwell says that while charismatic species like bald eagles, piping plovers, and Atlantic salmon have gained a lot of public interest, she hopes to shine a light on other threatened species that don't get as much attention, such as Blanding's turtles, bats, and even certain types of insects. She says that if we do not do our best to protect endangered species, it could have unforeseen consequences on the environment.
Honestly, we don't really know what's going to happen when you start taking out all these puzzle pieces to the whole system.
One piece of federal legislation the Maine Audubon is pushing for is the Recovering America's Wildlife Act. Stockwell says this program would bring additional funding to every state to work with species that are not threatened or endangered so that they never get to that point. The act has passed the House and is awaiting review from the Senate. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Maine Central Institute's Summer STEM Camp just celebrated Aviation Week at Pittsfield Airport. Our Matthew Juroncic takes us there.
I'm here at Pittsfield Airport, where MCI STEM students got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to learn how these planes actually operate.
With this week being Aviation Week for MCI summer STEM students, many were blown away by how much goes into getting planes into the air.
It's been really cool learning about aerodynamics and airplanes. It's more complicated than I thought it would be to fly one.
The educational camp spans 5 weeks between July and August, where members of the camp learn about a different theme within the STEM field every week, being taught by professionals and educators with vast experience. For MCI instructor Randall Starburn, a recent graduate from the school, being able to share his passion with future aviation students has been a rewarding experience.
You know, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It's very thrilling to see them kind of open up and get excited about, you know, some of the stuff that they've never been able to experience before.
The day started with the group going over the parts of the plane and their functions before watching them go into the air. James Chang, who traveled with a group from Taiwan, says he's grateful to be learning all he can while taking in Maine's beauty.
This is a good environment here in Maine, with the grand, with the sun, with the beautiful atmosphere. All of that can encourage students to motivate their heart to learn everything.
Reporting from Pittsfield, Matthew Juroncic, ABC7, Fox 22.
Kind of makes you want to hop in a plane and go up there and just enjoy those views.
Oh, absolutely, and a really cool opportunity for those students to learn about those plans and lots more as well.
And plant those STEM seeds early. We need folks to bolster our STEM field.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, coming up next on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the suspect in Monday's 4th of July attack in Highland Park, Illinois, confesses he was the gunman in the mass shooting.
And as monkeypox cases increase around the world, New York has become the first city to unveil a strategy to vaccinate those at higher risk. Those stories and more when the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 returns.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
When pipes froze and water damage ravaged a home, Bouchard Cleaning was there to restore and dry things up. When a home in Wells needed mold remediation, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration performed as promised. From Madawaska to Owl's Head, Ashland to Bath, we've answered the call. More than just a cleaning company, we're restoring Maine. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Go for launch.
Welcome to your family fun entertainment center. Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy in Bangor. Movie Rocket has 7 state-of-the-art theaters showing the newest release films. There's the Starcade, where you can play your favorite arcade games for hours of fun. Plus, kids 7 and under love the inflatable Galaxy Jumps bounce houses. For more information, go to MovieRocketBangor.com. Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy, Odland Road, Bangor. It's out of this world.
Saturday, relive the most exciting moments from this year's most prestigious dog show.
For dogs and dog lovers, this is the Super Bowl.
From the best of the Masters Agility Championship,
it's unlike any other dog show event,
to the best in show.
There's only one, and that's the one.
This is the moment they prepare for their whole life.
Who will be crowned the top dog?
The Westminster Kennel Club Highlight Show, sponsored by Purina Pro Plan, Saturday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
New calls for background checks when purchasing guns. Fox's Garrett Tenney has more from Illinois.
21-year-old Robert Cremo III will face 7 counts of first-degree murder after police say he confessed to being the gunman in the 4th of July mass shooting in Highland Park, Illinois. Prosecutors say it's just the beginning.
Many charges for each individual victim. Every victim deserves justice in this case. If somebody was injured by gunfire, there'll be an attempt murder, as well as aggravated battery with a firearm. And there will be other charges regarding aggravated discharge of a firearm and attempt murder of other people who weren't injured.
The deadly attack killed 7 people, dozens injured, and sent hundreds of marchers, parents, and children fleeing in fear. The shooting now fueling new calls for enhanced background checks and causing many to question how Cremo slipped through the cracks to legally obtain a gun.
There was no new information to establish a clear and present danger, no arrests, no criminal records, no mental health prohibitors, no orders of protection, and no other disqualifying prohibitors, and no firearms restraint.
For now, items left behind by spectators still line the streets and sidewalks as family members try to cope with their new reality. On Wednesday, the community came together to pay their respects.
Events like that really put a huge gash in our lives, all of our lives.
Cremo's next court date is at the end of this month, and if he's convicted, he will spend the rest of his life behind bars. In Highland Park, Illinois, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Well, we'll get a snapshot of the economy on Friday when the June numbers come out. Expectations are businesses are still trying to hire, but inflation is still a fact of life. Fox's Caroline Shively reports from Washington.
Economists looking for signs of a recession are plowing through weekly data ahead of Friday's June jobs report. While there are roughly 2 openings for every job seeker, unemployment claims rose unexpectedly last week and layoffs grew to a 16-month high. But in a red-hot jobs market helping fuel inflation, a little cooling off could be a good thing.
The labor market is clearly slowing down a little bit, and that's exactly what the Fed wants to engineer, is a loosening in the labor market.
A senior White House official tells Fox the moderation they expect to see in jobs and wages is a healthy sign for the economy.
We are stronger economically than we have been in history. When you look at the unemployment numbers at 3.6%, when you look at the jobs numbers, more than 8.7 million of new jobs created. That is important.
Some members of the House say their constituents have a different take.
People in my district, they're talking to me about gas prices, about higher food prices. They're talking to me about the airlines getting canceled.
Businesses are just getting hit with inflation now. They're having to scale back. They're having trouble getting raw materials because of the supply chain crisis.
The June inflation rate will be announced Wednesday, and the Federal Reserve will be watching closely to decide whether to hike interest rates even more. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Meanwhile, jailed American basketball star Brittany Griner pleaded guilty to drug possession during her trial in Moscow today. This comes a day after President Biden assured Griner's wife in the U.S. that the U.S. is doing everything in its power to bring her home. But another high-profile detainee family says they have yet to hear from the president. Fox's Rich Edson takes a look.
Speaking quietly, according to reporters in the courtroom, American basketball player Brittany Griner told a Russian judge she mistakenly carried hashish oil to a Moscow airport in February.
She admitted that it was hers, but she said that it was unintentionally brought to Russia because she was in a hurry as she was packing.
The drug possession charges carry a sentence of up to 10 years in prison. Griner's attorney says the WNBA star is hoping for leniency from the court, especially as she pled guilty. Her next hearing is scheduled for July 14th. Across the world, in Arizona, Griner's team, the Phoenix Mercury, held a rally last night with her teammates and family.
I'm frustrated that 140 days have passed since my wife has been able to speak to me.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken tweeted U.S. Embassy and Russia officials again attended Brittany Griner's trial today and delivered to her a letter from President Biden. We will not relent until Brittany, Paul Whelan, and all other wrongfully detained Americans are reunited with their loved ones. Whelan has been detained for 3.5 years. His family has watched as the Biden administration brought Trevor Reed home from Russia in a prisoner swap in April. And as President Biden called Griner's wife yesterday, Whelan's sister told the Detroit News she was astonished at the call. As she says, her family has requested a conversation with Biden for months. Whelan's brother says he was thrilled for Griner's wife, though he says his family remains frustrated.
The U.S. government doesn't seem to be able to find a concession that corrupt government would want. And it's surprising to me that they aren't able to find a way to bring Paul and perhaps Ms. Griner home as well.
The White House says officials like Secretary Blinken and National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan are in touch with Whelan's family. Families of other Americans held in Saudi Arabia and Egypt are calling on President Biden to raise their cases next week when he travels to the Middle East. In Washington, Rich Edson, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. When we come back, Dylan Holloway has more from Pittsfield and a preview of the annual Northwoods Throwdown.
And in sports, with summer finally here, Dave Peck and Tyler Cruz met up with some Maine football players for some 2-minute tips. We'll be right back.
The Seattle Sounders take on the rival Portland Timbers. Incredible! Saturday at 4:30 Eastern on Fox.
For over 17 years, ADA Fence Company has been offering top quality fences at the best price and doing the job right the first time. Choose from vinyl, ornamental, wood, rental, and chain link fences. ADA Fence Company also builds kennels, enclosures, and gates of all types and sizes. Proudly serving Eastern and Central Maine. Call ADA Fence Company today at 1-888-891-4564. ADA Fence Company, the professional fence people.
Breakdowns, collisions, things happen on the road unexpectedly. But here at Phil's Towing, we understand. With years of experience, our friendly professionals are here for you when you need them the most, no matter how big the task or vehicle is. At Phil's Towing, with our heavy-duty trucks, we guarantee an arrival time of 30 minutes or less and are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Give us a call at Phil's Towing. Anytime, anywhere, anything.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
This isn't your parents' photo booth. Premier Limousine and DJ presents the latest in photo booth technology with the all-new 2022 Air Booth. Print out everyone's pictures in beautiful full-color photos and have them sent directly to your phone. The new Air Booth is available for weddings, birthdays, class reunions, anniversaries, and corporate events with some of the best and most fun props around. You can book the Air Booth, Limousine, and DJ services separately or take advantage of our very popular package deals. Contact us at Premier Limousine and DJ.
Hey, everyone, listen up. It's time to take back the summer.
Quit Fox. It's time to sing along.
With your new summer playlist.
Time to bring the heat.
And dance. Into the summer night.
Fox is all new. All
summer long.
What's the first thing you want to do when you take a bite of that? Take a second.
Big wow. That big wow.
Political turmoil for America's closest ally. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson resigned as a leader of the United Kingdom after a wave of scandals prompted a major rebellion within his own government. Months of defiance ending as Johnson stood outside 10 Downing Street, conceding his party wanted him gone. His exit triggers an election to pick the next Conservative leader. The timetable for this will be announced in the coming days. Fox's Greg Palcott has the latest from London.
Boris Johnson took one of his last walks out of number 10 Downing Street today. After more government officials called for him to quit, UK Prime Minister stepped down as Conservative Party leader, which should lead to his departure as PM.
The herd instinct is powerful. When the herd moves, it moves. And, my friends, in politics, no one is remotely indispensable.
Noisy protesters and British political insiders cited a loss of trust in Johnson following a series of scandals, most recently promoting a lawmaker accused of sexual misconduct. Critics don't even want him to stick around as prime minister while a successor is chosen by his party.
He needs to go completely. None of this nonsense about clinging on for a few months.
Still, he was key, with the U.S. backing Ukraine in its fight against Russia. Ukrainian President Zelensky said he was saddened by Johnson's departure. The Kremlin said it was a just reward. And President Biden said in a statement, in part, "I look forward to continuing our close cooperation with the government of the United Kingdom. That includes maintaining a strong and united approach to supporting the people of Ukraine as they defend themselves against Putin's brutal war on their democracy." Who will replace Boris Johnson? There are no clear frontrunners. Among those mentioned, former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak, Foreign Secretary Liz Truss, Defense Secretary Ben Wallace. None will be as colorful as Bojo. His backers point to what they see as achievements, including taking Britain out of the European Union and coming up with COVID-taming UK vaccines. But in the end, even the British public turned against him.
He should have gone a long time ago.
Johnson, in the end, was resigned.
I want you to know how sad I am to be giving up the best job in the world. But them's the breaks.
Late today, Boris Johnson said he would not seek to implement new policies or make major changes of direction in his remaining time in office. Considering his recent track record, a lot of people here are hoping that time will be as short as possible. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
Meanwhile, monkeypox cases are climbing across the globe, prompting health officials to scramble in an effort to prevent a full-on outbreak. Fox's Kevin Uretsky has more on that from New York City.
Monkeypox cases are on the rise, and health officials are becoming increasingly concerned. The World Health Organization says cases globally rose 30% in the past 2 weeks, with Europe seeing the vast majority of those cases, responsible for 80% of the new infections across the globe.
Across the world, there has now been more than 6,000 cases recorded in 58 countries.
The UN says expanding vaccination efforts and improving monkeypox surveillance will be crucial to curtailing a future outbreak.
WHO is working with countries and vaccine manufacturers to coordinate the sharing of vaccine, which are currently scarce and need to be accessible to the most at-risk people.
Meanwhile, New York City is now being dubbed the epicenter of the monkeypox virus here in the U.S. Health officials say the number of probable cases increased to more than 119 as of this week. The city now plans to open several pop-up clinics to administer vaccinations in the coming weeks. Despite this, the New York City Health Department is pleading with the CDC to send more doses to meet the increased vaccine demand.
We'll certainly need much more vaccine, and quickly, to meet the burden of disease here in New York City, the epicenter of the monkeypox epidemic in the United States.
The supplies are currently small, but we also want people to understand how to identify monkeypox, how to seek diagnosis, and how to avoid exposures themselves.
Monkeypox symptoms include headache, muscle aches, and fever, along with lesions on the body. If exposed to the virus, you should isolate immediately and contact your local health provider. In New York, Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Oscar-nominated star of film and TV, James Caan, has passed away. Family and friends are sharing their thoughts as we remember the actor who created iconic roles from The Godfather to Elf. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with more.
They want to get mixed up in the family business.
Legendary actor James Caan has passed away at the age of 82. A statement from his family said, "It is with great sadness that we inform you of the passing of Jimmy on the evening of July 6th. The family appreciates the outpouring of love and heartfelt condolences and asks that you continue to respect their privacy during this difficult time." New York City born and an athlete in school, Khan started his acting career on stage before going to Hollywood, becoming a star of film and TV.
Hey, rookies got to stick together.
Khan's breakout small screen role was in the 1971 TV movie Brian's Song, for which he earned an Emmy nomination.
Well, in business, we'll have to suffer, all right?
Soon after, he created a classic as Sonny Corleone in 1972's The Godfather. The role earned him his Supporting Actor Academy Award nomination.
Whatever you're thinking about doing, please don't do it.
The many movies which followed included starring opposite Kathy Bates in the Stephen King novel-turned-horror thriller Misery, showing off his comedic side in films like Honeymoon in Vegas and Mickey Blue Eyes. And in 2003, he became a part of a holiday tradition, reaching more generations of fans as Buddy's dad in Elf. Among those sharing their thoughts upon news of his passing were Rob Reiner, who directed Misery, James Gunn, who posted favorite James Caan movies led by The Godfather, John Lovitz, who noted he was lucky to have worked with him and said he was always a fun guy to be around, and Edgar Wright, who wrote R.I.P. to a genuine megawatt movie star. Caan was married and divorced 4 times. He is survived by a daughter and 4 sons. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, Maine game wardens are gearing up for their annual Northwoods Throwdown softball game later this month. The Northwoods Throwdown is a charity softball game between Maine game wardens and New Hampshire Fish and Game Conservation officers, many of whom have appeared on the popular Northwoods Law television series. Warden Sergeant Josh Beal says all proceeds from the game will go to Operation Game Thief, a nonprofit organization that assists the warden service in various ways. Beal says he hopes to see lots of Mainers in attendance when they take the field on game day.
We want a lot of Mainers in the stands. We want you guys to get loud and support us and help us bring home the win. It's a chance for people to see game wardens in a different light, interact with kids and fans at the game, and it's just an overall good time.
The game takes place at 7 p.m. on July 30th at Hadlock Field in Portland. Tickets are available now at porttix.com or at the stadium on game day. Oh, and here's hoping Mother Nature cooperates with that one. It's a ways away, but I'm putting in the request now with Mother Nature.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And really cool to see them, like he said, in that environment, taking on a different role, but still one that's really important, raising money for such an important cause.
Absolutely. Alrighty, well, Conrad Sapinski coming up next with our full 5-day. Stay with us.
We had lots of sunshine out there today, but more chances of rain and thunderstorms arrive by tomorrow. How long will that last, and will it be raining by the weekend? I'll have all the weather coming up.
Gas and heating oil prices are the highest ever. Why? Because Joe Biden and the liberals in Congress took a hard left turn and dragged Jared Golden with them. Biden and Golden turned off more American energy production, stopping pipelines and exploration, looking to buy from our enemies. They are going the wrong way. Mainers need relief, not empty promises. Tell Jared Golden to help open American energy production and lower the price of gas.
Now is the best time to get a great deal on a vehicle at #1 Van Sickle Kia. We have a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with payments and prices for every budget. Plus, we'll pay you top dollar for your late model vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. There's never been a better time to buy, sell, or trade at Van Sickle Kia.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field, and the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name. Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Aaron
Judge powers the Yankees against Rafael Devers and the rival Red Sox. Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
And your main weather is brought to you by Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales in Hancock. Stop in and see Tony and Nicole, where every vehicle comes with a complimentary 6-month, 6,000-mile major component coverage plan. Come by your vehicle the Fairway. It's more than just the tagline. It's the way they do business. And talking about business, we got no business out there today with the weather because it's looking really nice out there. Lots of sunshine with some partly cloudy skies all across the state. So another nice day out there today. But you see this right here. The green is indications of more rain. That will continue to push east and into our state tonight into tomorrow. So expect a good amount of showers out there and even some isolated thunderstorms by tomorrow, as our futurecast does show those lines, individual lines, start to really move in throughout the day on Friday, and then we finally clear up by the overnight hours, and then into Saturday once again will look pretty good out there. So it's not going to be a major rain system, looking at maybe a 1/4 of an inch in some locations. So it's not going to be a big downpour with over an inch of rain where maybe some flash flooding might be happening. This one is just going to be some on and off showers, some lines of maybe thunderstorms out there by tomorrow. But our muggy meter, it has come once again, because tomorrow is going to be another humid one out there. And then look what happens right in time for the weekend. Mother Nature is bringing lots of comfort out there. Not sticky conditions, but look what happens on Monday and Tuesday. We're really humid up there as more chances of showers start to arrive. So I mentioned it's a nice day out there today. Lots of sunshine, just some partly cloudy skies. It is a little bit on the breezy end, though, here in Bangor, as we do have a south wind of around 13 miles an hour. Bar Harbor is also in on those winds, blowing at around 14 miles per hour. Rockland, a little bit less of a gusty wind out there, anywhere from a 7 to 10 mile per hour wind. But temperatures earlier today, we're looking at nice and toasty in the upper 70s across the state. A couple of cooler spots by the coast, of course, with that cooler water. But here in Bangor, we had temperatures in the upper 70s. Tonight, we'll be dropping back down into the upper 50s out there. So it's going to be still pretty mild out there tonight as a partly cloudy skies take over and a few showers start to roll in. But look what happens tomorrow. Temperatures rise in the upper 70s and more chances of rain showers and thunderstorms arrive and continue throughout the day. And our extended outlook does show a nice looking weekend. And then same thing on Monday before more rain chances are back by Tuesday. Beth?
So hopefully folks have some good outdoor plans going for the weekend. It looks like the weather will cooperate. Fingers crossed.
Right, getting that rain out of the way before the weekend officially starts.
Absolutely.
All right, sports coming up next with Dave Peck. Stay with us.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
Due to phenomenal demand, the Backstreet Boys are back. The record-breaking DNA World Tour continues. Brian, Kevin, Howie, Nick, and AJ. Backstreet Boys. Main Savings Amphitheater, July 21st. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. For more, check backstreetboys.com.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, the Doghouse Daddy.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn?
Granny panties, Steve.
The Family Blabbermouth.
Grandma's sick of Grandpa falling asleep in the middle of what?
Going to the bathroom.
Herman, get up off this toilet!
See all the types on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, I was digging through the archives recently and ran into an old summer segment from the 90s called 2-Minute Tips. The goal is pretty simple. Give you a couple of pointers with maybe your golf game or really any sport that you can keep in your back pocket. Well, today we broke down how to throw a football so that when it rolls your way at the beach, you'll be ready to fire it back.
Well, it is summer, and that means it's beach season. One of my favorite things to do at the beach is toss around the pigskin.
Just because you're at the beach, though, doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. You got a lot of people sitting, swimming, building sandcastles. You want to know what you're doing.
So that's why we are here at Alphonse Stadium with a couple of Maine quarterbacks to show us how it's done on this edition of 2-Minute Tips.
First thing when you're trying to throw a football is make sure, athletic position, shoulders pointed at the target. Then when you're getting ready to throw, get your elbow up, follow through, and then the ball, what makes a spiral is the last finger touching the ball is the pointing finger.
The next tip I'd like to give for throwing a football is so I'd like to keep my two bottom fingers on the spiral, on the laces, middle finger on the top of the laces, nice firm wrist, making sure I have a gap in between the football and the ball, or in the hand, and look at your target, just deliver a nice easy throw.
And now the key to, throwing a good deep ball is, just really relaxing, letting the arm and the lower body doing the work, and just letting it fly.
All right, let's test it out.
Oh.
Yeah! Up top. Let's go. Get us at it.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Letting it fly. Well, I learned just let it fly in the deep ball. I think I was thinking about it too much, but I'm definitely going to need a little bit of Advil after that drill.
Yeah, a couple of tips just so you don't embarrass yourself at the beach. Not trying to do too much, not trying to make you be Tom Brady. Just have a good time.
Exactly. And that's what we're here for. And that'll do it for us. You can catch us next time on 2-Minute Tips.
All right, so we'll see what we have in store for next week. Maybe it'll be golf, maybe it'll be basketball, tennis. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But while we were running through QB camp, we actually saw a couple of Maine hockey players running on the turf doing some conditioning. And it's only fitting because on Thursday, Maine released the 2022-23 season schedule. The Black Bears will open up their second season under head coach Ben Barr on October 7th with a couple of games at the Icebreaker tournament out in Denver. A couple weeks later, the Bears returned to Orono for their home opener, taking on Quinnipiac for a Saturday-Sunday series. Then a week later, Orono will host Northeastern in their Hockey East opener. The border battle versus UNH will be in Durham this year in mid-February. All of that leads up to the Hockey East tournament set to begin on March 8th. And finally, let's close things out with the Red Sox because for the first time since early April, the Sox get a look at the league-leading Yankees. First trip to Fenway for the Pinstripes. And what a way to start here. Bases loaded. Josh Donaldson takes Josh Winkowski to straightaway center. Jarren Duran just watches it go. Grand slam makes it a quick 4-0 Yanks lead. But in the third here, Rafi Devers back in the lineup. He golfs one off Garrett Cole, and he knew it right away. 2-run shot to right, and it's a 5-2 game. So momentum Red Sox, right? Wrong. Top 5 here. 2 outs. Yanks up 5-2. Can of corn Franchi Cordero, and he flubs it. Absolutely flubs it. A 6th run scores, and that proved costly. Bottom of the frame, though, Devers versus Cole. He recaptures the momentum because Devers, well, he takes Cole deep again. 3-run shot, but the bullpen too good for the Yankees. 3 innings of hitless baseball as they hang on to win it. 6-5 is the final. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break. So
Next up to bat for the next homies, Luke. Don't strike out this year when selling your home. Hit a home run. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience today.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos after I was hurt by a drunk driver. It was free for Lowry and Associates to get started on my case. They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
I heard about you. You're that smart kid.
Young Sheldon, boy genius on Origin Story.
Yes, that's me.
A small-town boy.
Young man. Yes, you.
With supersonic hearing. Visionary vision.
Cheeky little Miwan, you know you don't belong there.
And a heightened sense of smell.
Ew. Put your shoes back on.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
You can't smell this.
Yes, I can.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Niecy Nash hosts the new music game show where you guess the lyrics or it's bye bye bye. You are killing it! Don't forget the lyrics, all new Monday on Fox.
For Stranger Things fans, and exciting trailers bring first looks at new movies on the way. It's all in today's Hollywood Nation with Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Star-filled, action-packed first looks, and the Upside Down expands in the Hollywood Nation.
That guy's right here.
The Duffer Brothers have a new production company, Upside Down Pictures. It's part of their overall deal with Netflix and will produce a slate of film and TV projects, including a live-action Stranger Things spin-off series and a stage play set within that world and mythology. The Duffer Brothers say they aim to create the kind of stories that inspired them, stories that take place at that beautiful crossroads where the ordinary meets the extraordinary.
Train hard, fight harder.
Today's first looks start with Oscar winner Viola Davis leading the action in The Woman King, about the all-female unit of warriors protecting the African kingdom of Dahomey in the 1800s against European invaders. The historical epic is in theaters September 16th.
We need someone to help us.
A trailer for David O. Russell's Amsterdam shows its star-packed cast, including Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, and John David Washington, in a story of 3 friends who find themselves at the center of one of the most shocking secret plots in American history. Amsterdam is in theaters November 4th.
That's how we did it in the 90s, son!
And with their signature comedy, Jay and Silent Bob return in Clerks 3 in theaters September 13th and 15th. Plus, writer-director Kevin Smith is bringing it on the road with his Clerks 3 convenience tour.
Now that's what I call acting!
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Oh boy, that looks like a good time. All right, well, a new study says being hungry can act like a switch to negative emotional states. Researchers at 2 European universities working on a study say hunger can create what's called hanger, an emotional state that raises irritability and actually lowers levels of pleasure. Scientists say the relationship between hunger and anger remained even when accounting for factors like age, sex, body mass index, and diet. Hunger accounted for more than a third of a participant's variance in irritability and anger, and one day's hunger can impact emotions negatively for weeks.
I think we've all been a little hangry at one point. Well, meanwhile, a new study says eating avocados may not help you lose weight, but it may help your cholesterol. Penn State University researchers doing a 6-month experiment with over 1,000 participants say avocados weren't found to affect weight gain or weight loss, but did help to drop levels of total cholesterol and low-density lipoproteins, or LDL, the bad part of cholesterol numbers. The researchers say eating an avocado a day can lead to small milligram drops in bad cholesterol and can improve diet quality.
And in our continued effort to make you hungry, Carvel is celebrating National Ice Cream Day in the best way possible with a deal on a new treat. The ice cream franchise is adding, for a limited time only, their newest flavor, Brookie. The Brookie is a combination of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream, brownie batter ice cream, cookie dough pieces, brownie bites, and chocolate chips. Oh my. Customers can get it served in a cone or a small cup. Carvel is making the new treat a part of their National Ice Cream Day celebration, and customers can get a buy one, get one free deal on the Brookie and other Carvel flavors on July 17th. I think they better prepare for a bit of a stampede.
Yeah, that's like 5 flavors in one right there. That's a little much.
That is all the cookie you could possibly ask for in a singular treat. Dave?
I'm trying to figure out what it is. Is it like a Frosty or
It looks like almost like a sundae in a cup.
Can you buy it at a store?
Like,
can I go to Hannaford right now and buy that? In a,
I think you have to go to a Carvel franchise.
I didn't know those existed. So you can go to a Carvel and they serve you ice cream?
Oh, my dear man, they do indeed.
I would always get the cakes. That was my favorite. I liked
Yes.
the cakes for birthday. I didn't realize it was like its own stand. Kind of like A&W root beer has its own stand.
Right.
I thought it was just a soda.
Yeah. The options. I can't wait.
Very cool. Well,
Indeed.
speaking of avocados, too, you could go the Tom Brady route and have some avocado ice cream. Maybe they make that.
Yeah, I never got on the avocado train.
No.
But, too many.
I'm definitely not on the avocado ice cream train. I'm on the otherwise avocado train.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right for me. I don't know.
I make a pretty mean guac, according to my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love guacamole.
Indeed.
I'm a hummus guy. Is that the same thing?
No. Absolutely not.
Well, I tried.
All right, well.
I don't make hummus or guac. I don't know.
We'll explain that one to you later,
That'll
but
be
that's
an
all we got for
conversation.
tonight.
Good night.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for my negligence there.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away.
Alan Jackson has become a part of America's musical landscape and a country music icon over his 25-year music career.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee.
Now he delivers a powerful performance featuring songs from his very personal release entitled Precious Memories.
I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my fame and glory. Are you washed in the blood?
Filmed live at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, this unique DVD captures powerful gospel performances and intimate interviews with Alan, his mother, and his wife as he reflects on his music.